So you take a chicken, you take a beer can, you shove it up its backside, and that's beer can chicken. Hello everybody, this is VickCook, and today we are going to be making beer can chicken. It's delicious. So this is how I make it. A lot of people have different ways they make it. I've only made this like maybe like 9 or 10 times before, so there's always room for improvement. But I'll show you how to do my beer can chicken. So first thing, a little bit of ingredients you'll need. You're gonna definitely need a chicken, a beer can, and some seasonings. I'm just using some chicken rub, and it actually says beer can chicken on there. But you can use whatever you want. I also got some apple juice that I poured in here already, and I'll show you what we're gonna do with that in a little bit. So, beer can chicken, it's very delicious. It's and the beer adds a lot of flavor without the salt. So if anybody knows me, they know I'm big on anti-salt. So first thing we do is you're just gonna prep the chicken. It's not much you really got to do. You just take it out the pack. I have the grill outside ready to go because we're gonna do it on the grill. So we take that. Bring this in here. Alright, and then once you get the chicken, you just make sure that there's nothing inside of it. A lot of times it'll have this bag of gizzards, intestines, or whatever. I don't know what to do with this. If anybody knows what I could do with this, let me know. I thought about just throwing this in the crock pot overnight with some water, seeing what comes out of it. But I really don't know what to do. Now, there's been a lot of debate about should you wash the chicken. I'll wash the chicken. I always rinse the chicken off at least. Now, I think a lot of those videos you've been seeing, people have been splashing the chicken around. But if you keep it at a low drip, just rinse off the whatever. Because when you take the chicken out of the pack, it's got like a slime on there. And I don't know what that slime is, but slime has never been trustworthy. So we're going to get rid of that slime. And so I got it, so yeah, that's pretty good enough. I got it rinsed off. So yeah, that's good enough. You don't have to splash it. You don't got to wash it for 30 minutes. You pretty much just do like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my beer can. And you can use any beer you want. When I first did this, I did it with IPAs. But IPA is a little bit more expensive, so just keep it simple. Pick a cheap regular lager beer. I'm using Miller. Miller's good, actually. I love Miller. I've been drinking that a lot. I drink that a lot when I'm outside on the grill in the summer days. But it's good. Miller's good. So what I like to do is, first thing you got to do is I pour a little bit into a cup, just to keep some aside for a little bit. You want to pour half of it out. At least I would say about half, because you don't need the can to be full of beer. You don't need that. Then what I do next is I take my chicken, and now before I used to just take the beer can, shove it up there, and then that's what worked. But now you can buy this for like $5 at any. You can buy this anywhere. Anywhere that has a grill section, you will probably see one of these. It's like a little, I don't even know what it's called. But it looks like this, and you put the beer can right in there, so it's easy to hold. And then you just take the chicken, and you really just plop it on top. So we're gonna do that. There we go. It's pretty much just as simple as that. And then, yep, there we go. It really is as simple as that. Now we'll season it. Some people want to trim the neck. If you can, you can. I really don't trim the chicken at all. I just kind of just do it, have it go. So now I got my rub. I always I try to keep my seasoning simple. I don't want to overcomplicate things. So I got beer can chicken because that's what I'm making. And then I have, it's a chicken rub, which is what I'm using. So bear with me for a second. I always try to, I be washing my hands a lot, so I try to avoid some of that by like having one hand for the meat, one hand for the seasoning. But I do love chicken rubs or any type of rubs. Usually like a reddish color, which gives you that nice color once it comes off the grill or smoker. So I kind of just rub that around, pat that around or whatever. And then there we go. So then that's good. That looks good to me. Yeah, that's enough. Alrighty, and then I'll just add just a little bit of this beer can chicken seasoning just on the top. And I'm kind of using my hand to kind of catch it so it doesn't fall. And I kind of just try to pack it in. And this is just so that the skin could get like a crisp and a nice initial bite flavor. But a lot of the flavor is going to come from the beer within, because once the beer is in there, as it's cooking, that beer is going to evaporate and it's going to slowly cook the inside and keep it moist. It's going to keep it moist with beer. And, you know, beer is good. It doesn't really add any salt. It doesn't add salt to it, and it adds a little bit of flavor. So that's what we want. Now you can tuck the wings a certain way. You can like bend these inward if you want to, or you can like tuck the legs, but I don't. You know, it is how it is. That's how the bird's gonna hang. Actually, we're not gonna hang it this time. We're just gonna put it on the smoker. So that's how we have it. Right now, I'm just gonna grab the. So the next step I'm gonna do is I have my apple juice in here already. I'm gonna add the beer to it. And this is gonna be like my some people use a mop, or you just have this in a bowl and you just kind of brush it on there. You could do a mop. I've done mops before. Mops work. I'd like the spray better. So this is just a spray that I'm gonna end up spraying on the chicken once it gets together. Once the spray acts right. Alright, whatever, fine. Alright, so once that spray gets together, we will I'm gonna end up spraying it on the chicken so I can keep it, you know, kind of moist. You really don't have to, because the chicken will be moist. So I'm gonna move that over, and we will be ready. Actually, no, we'll take it outside right now. The grill looks ready about now. So follow me, and we will go outside. So I got the chicken. Actually, let me grab it a little bit better. All right, there we go. So I got the chicken. It's seasoned pretty good. A couple spots missed on the bottom, but you know, it is what it is. So that's not good. Goddamn, we got another blooper. All right, hold on a second. We're gonna pause this for a sec. Alrighty, we are back out here. We got the chicken ready to go. We got the grill ready to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open the grill up, and we're just gonna throw the chicken on the grill. So now this is my smoker, so technically I'm smoking it. If you want to set your grill up for indirect smoking, you can. I might show a video how to do that later, but it's just simple. We got the beer can chicken on there with the beer. There's a beer can in the chicken, and pretty much we're just gonna close it. So I'm gonna take this glove off, because I don't need to touch the chicken anymore. And then I'm gonna close the grill, adjust my vents accordingly. And yeah, so I try to make a practice of not touching it at all. The temperature I got on here as of now says 300. That's pretty cool. I'm happy with 300. I'll take it. I prefer like a 275, but I'll take 300. And as it keeps cooking, I'll monitor it. I'll just kind of monitor the temperature, make sure it doesn't just go too high. But 300 is cool. If it, you know, I want to get at 275, so I'll leave it like that, because the higher the temperature is going to get a nice sear on on the skin of the chicken. So as long as it does that, it's good, man. You know, I like it. So I'm just gonna let this sit like it is, and I'm not gonna come back out here. I'll probably come back to just adjust temperatures, just the gauges, but I'm gonna leave this whole thing closed for at least an hour. I'm not gonna come out here and touch it. Usually my beer can chickens take about 2 hours, maybe a little over 2 hours, depending on what all I need to do to it. But I'll let it sit for the first hour, untouched, not messing with it around. And you can do the same thing if you set your grill up for, you know, indirect smoking. So that's the first part of the video. Yeah, that's it. So, cool. So it has been about an hour in. I'm gonna open up this grill. It smells good. It smells delicious. There was literally a deer out there somewhere. I made a separate video. I'll post that later. But we still got the blue smoke. It's a little bit more whiter, but we still got the clear smoke or whatever. Actually, that's kind of blue. Well, actually, that's kind of white. Anyway, forget all that. So here's what we're looking at. It looks beautiful chicken. Still got a ways to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with my apples. I got apple juice and beer in here. That's all I got in here. Go ahead and spray that. And make sure it's actually, you know what? This sprayer's been acting up. So the sprayer's been acting up, so I'm gonna go ahead and just drizzle. There we go. And that's just to add a little moisture to the outside skin. But the chicken's looking good at about the hour mark. So we're gonna head back in, and then I'm gonna show you the side dishes that I make. Now the side dishes, side dish is just some veggies. I'm just gonna do some carrots and some celery, and pretty much what you can do, you can chop up these veggies, wrap them up, and throw them on the grill. But I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna put them in the oven. So this is what I got here to go. I got my carrots, my celery, my peppers, my onion. So we're just gonna get the chopping, you know. So yeah, I love the carrots a lot. Carrots are delicious. They're really sweet. Ooh, that's a little. Yeah, they're a little tough, but. That's good enough right there. I'm just gonna take that, and I put it in my cast iron skillet. That's another little piece here. I throw everything in the cast iron skillet because the cast iron really cooks veggies really good. I use this cast iron skillet for a lot of everything. I got a couple pieces that fell on the floor. That's good. I'll clean it up later. But yeah, I'll throw that in there. Now it's time for my celery. There we go. So I'll throw the celery in there. I'll just throw all that in there. That's good. And then just for kicks, I do like to throw an onion in there because onions are always good. I could literally, like, I don't know, something about the onion flavor. I could literally throw onions in almost everything that I make, and it always works. Onions have never let me down, so. I always keep onions in my house, and I'll always add onions. I'll just chop them up, peel off the outer skin, you know, some kind of way. And then for this dish, because I really just want to focus on the carrots and the celery, so I'll just leave the onion chunks, and I'll just kind of just throw those in there. So we got the onions in there, the chunks, and then this is also something I'm going to throw in there. It's just a bag of mixed peppers. You can find this at your Walmart or your Myers or a Whole Foods. You can find this at any store, but sometimes I'll just take a few peppers, and then I will literally just chop that, and then just throw it in there. Actually, you know what? That can go in there that big, yeah. So I just chop off the end where that green little sprout is, and then, you know, yeah. Whew, I'm starting to cry. I'm starting to cry, man. Yo, these onions will make your eyes water. Whew. Excuse me, pardon me. Woo. All right, so now what I'm about to do is I'm just gonna take all these veggies that I got in here. It looks delicious, and what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna hit it with some of my peppercorn, black pepper, mystery seasoning. It's not a lot. What happened? Okay. Just gonna hit it with some of that. And if you have like your own seasoning you want to add to your veggies, that's good too. Sometimes I'll actually, you know, I'm gonna add a little bit of black garlic. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of black garlic or black garlic pepper. But this adds a little bit of salt to everything, so and you really don't need much. All you just need just a little bit to touch it up with, and then we're as good as gold. And I'll drizzle a little bit of olive oil. So that way it kind of, you know, kind of just adds a little bit of moisture to it. And we're just going to add this. Now, I could wrap all this in foil and throw it on the grill, but don't feel like really doing that now. I'll probably do another one else when I do my duck. Because I do a nice, delicious duck. But anyway, so I'm just going to add this in the oven. And also the space. I want to keep the chicken centered, so I don't want to have to move it over then add this. But I will add this in the oven, and I just need that to go for an hour or so. So well, it can go for an hour, hour and a half. I'm gonna put it at a good 275, I guess, 275, 300. But I'm gonna be checking it. I'm gonna be checking this every 15 minutes and like stirring it around. And I'm also going to be going back out to the grill every 15 minutes and just spraying it down. Just spraying with the spritz that I made just to keep it, just keep the outside moist. It really probably doesn't need it. As long as you got the temperature at a certain point and you're smoking it, it's pretty good. At first, let's go outside. So, at first I had this smoker at about a good, that's too hot. All right, so I had it at a good 300 and lower. I had a good 250, 300. And then I just opened up everything because I noticed it looked good, but I do want a sear on it. I do want that nice crispy skin. So I let them all open, and now it's up to the 375 mark. So that's what we're looking at now. We're looking at now, it's got a nice 350. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up so we can get a peek at it. And it looks good. Looks good. It's got that nice color. It's got a while to go. So probably another hour it should be ready. Might be ready faster than that. But I do like that sear. But actually I don't want to dry it out. So what I'll do now is I'll add a little bit of more of this juice. And this is just apple juice and beer. Some people will add apple cider vinegar. I've seen that before, but I don't really have that much vinegar here. I don't really cook with vinegar a lot. I really don't know what vinegar does. If somebody can tell me what vinegar does, I will add it, but I don't know what it does, so I just stick to apple juice and beer. And that's what we got right now. So we are, I will check in with you guys at the finished product. Yo. So, the chicken is pretty much about done. The beer can chicken is done. The veggies still got a little bit longer to go, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys because you guys clicked on this video for the beer can chicken, not the veggies. So we'll get to this beer can chicken. Let me get my cutting board actually, so I can. So pretty much it's been about a little over 2 hours, I want to say. It got dark out here kind of quick. It's that time of season. So let me put this here. Woo. So just bear with me for a second. We are gonna take the chicken off the grill, and it smells good. I had a deer come out here trying to peep in on this. And yeah, it is what it is. So there we go. All right, let's get it on the ends. This beer can chicken is really delicious. This is definitely one of my go-to dishes when I have a bunch of people over. You could easily throw like 2 or 3 chickens on a grill if you can fit it all. And then it's delicious. Everybody loves it. I haven't had one complaint. So that's the final result of the beer can chicken. Let's get a full 360 around it. But yeah, that's how it looks. It's delicious. It looks good. So what I am gonna do now is I don't even know how the video might be sideways, but anyway, so that's the beer can chicken right there, and we're just gonna cut into it. Now, excuse my savagery-ness, but I'm a little hungry, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I suppose I could temp it, but I know it's good. So this you know, nice, soft, you know, white meat. It's really juicy. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite of this. Whew, hot. It's hot. So, but really juicy, very delicious. Now, if you want to take it off this thing, you can, which actually might be better. Just to rise that up, push that to the side. You see it's still smoking on the inside. You see it's done. It's got the smoke coming off of it. You see that color all the way around. Very delicious beer can chicken. Takes a good 2 hours, maybe 2.5. It's very soft. So what I'll do is I usually just break it up and then I'll meal prep with it. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna eat some of the breast now, and tomorrow, and I'm gonna prep for my meal prep. I'm gonna make I'm just gonna have maybe a quarter with some veggies. You know, some people like the wings, so you can take the wings off easily. It just kind of falls apart easily. I'm not gonna ruin this one, but I'll break this one up just so y'all can see the. But yeah, the skin got a nice little crispy sear to it. It breaks apart really easily. It pretty much just falls apart. Like the more you cut it, it falls apart. Really juicy. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig in. I'm gonna eat on this. You guys, thank you for tuning in to VickCook, and to the next video.